Hey YouTube, this is Azaraz, and today I'd like to bring you another video on Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Are you ready for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen? More specifically, Visionary Realm is targeting a specific audience for this game. Do you think the game is targeted towards the type of player that you are? Now before you ask that question, you gotta take a look back at what went wrong with the MMOs in the first place. Now, it's my belief that the reason why the MMOs lost their way was because they changed the game mechanics to cater the average player. So as they broadened their audience, more and more money came in. And more changes to the game came, to the game mechanics. And that's where the social aspect of the game basically became non-existent. See, that's where they fucked up. And I don't blame them. It's a business. Basically, it was money over quality. Now, I'm not talking about the hardcore MMO players, or the players that played back to what people refer to as the glory days of MMOs. This video is specifically targeting the average group of people that have never seen the hardship of what the first MMO player had to endure, like classic EverQuest and World of Warcraft. Now, Visionary Realms is promising a return to the golden age of multi-online gaming. The game focuses on challenging content and promoting social interaction and group play. Now, in today's day and age, that's not an easy task, because there were certain game mechanics that sucked, truly did, but you needed it. Here are some of the mechanics that Pantheon Rise of the Fallen is planning on bringing back. Number 1, Group Finder. There is no Group Finder, meaning you would have to manually form a group, which is a huge pain in the ass, but it does wonders to create the sense of community. Focuses players to interact. It weeds out toxic players, forces them to communicate, to get into a group. You don't like the group, you clicked off and you'd never see those people ever again. I remember when I was playing EverQuest and looking for a group, I used to, look for a group for 20 minutes at times, half an hour. But once you got into that group, the experience level flew. And if you were really good, they'd invite you the next day, the same group. Number 2, no quest marker or map finder. I mean, there was no question mark over a quest giver. I had to find that information out on my own. Jeez, and how many times I got lost in a map, in a zone, because there was no maps. I used to go off the beaten path, argue all kinds of mobs, and run around so fast trying to find a way out. And when I finally got to the zone, I had people resting and I had to scream out, "Look out! There's a train coming your way!" Number 3, Death. Death will have consequences, and it will carry some sort of penalty, so a player would have to strategize and think twice before attacking. Back in EverQuest, there was a corpse recovery and EXP penalty. Now, Pantheon claims that there will be consequences to death. How severe it will be, that we don't know. Number 4, and this is very important, class identity. There is no one class does all. Each class will specialize in an ability, which again will push you to team with other players. It gives your character a sense of uniqueness and meaning. A healer can't tank, and a tank can't heal. So it forces you to team up with other players. Also, grinding. Grinding, I used to hate grinding, but grinding wasn't a bad thing. It taught you to learn how to use your character. It taught you how to learn your spells. It encouraged you to use those low-level spells and what they can do. It encouraged you to explore. If you would blow 1 to 50, you wouldn't be able to play that character the way you should. You wouldn't be able to know your character the way you should. So grinding was a pain in the ass, but you know what? It was needed. Number 5, limited fast travel option. Now, certain players that can teleport, forcing group interaction. Back in those days, there was a druid and a wizard. If you wanted to travel, or quick travel, you'd make friends with one of them. You'd even pay them or tip them. That's how they made money back then. Now, I don't know if Pantheon will bring that back. I think they will. But I'm not sure as far as teleporting. I think you're going to have to visit that specific area at least once for you to teleport over. Plus, I think they have that perception system in place, so I don't think you'd want to fast travel everywhere. You'd want to explore and have that perception system work on your character. And finally, number 6, focusing on gameplay. Soloing will be hard in Pantheon, so group play is a requirement not only in raids and dungeons, but in exploring Terminus. I couldn't tell you how many times I got killed by a sand giant just minding my own business, exploring the world. I wouldn't have been dead if I explored with teammates, that's for sure. Now I'm just hoping that this type of gameplay is financially viable, and that there's enough people out there that can support and get behind this type of gameplay in the long run. Hopefully this video gives you a little insight as to if Pantheon is the game for you. What do you guys think? Do you think Visionary Realms can find that sweet balance of fun gameplay and social interaction? Let me know down in the descriptions below. And if you liked the video, press like or share. I'm Azarez, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the flip side.